from all over the USA, and some people from different part of the world. Myself, I consider from the UK, and but prior to that date, when I entered here, I have seen like a rainbow that only me can see, which is covering so to speak, the sky above me,
Wow.
and nobody else can see that. This was 2012 in
Right.
California.
I did. I went to Stonehenge for the summer solstice in 2012. I'll have to think.
Uh, your
To the tree when I got there, not
uh,
like Stonehenge
I
usually
haven't heard anything what you said
is.
about 2012. It was it froze on the screen.
I've been back since 2000.
Did you hear what I've said?
I did.
It's freezing on the screen. I don't know why.
Now it right. Hmm. Can you
2012.
still hear me?
You mentioned about 2012. It froze completely, so I didn't hear any what you've said.
I did. I did the summer solstice at Stonehenge in 2012,
Uh huh.
and that was equally strange because there was conflict in the air, and you don't get that at Stonehenge.
Right.
And then there was an absolute deluge, and we were all drenched. Everybody's travel documents were drenched, their bags were soaked, and you can't get away from it,
Wow.
but unless you have a car. But as the sun rose over the stones, and we didn't see much of it because it was very cloudy, and it the drummers around the circle all seemed to sink, even though they weren't communicating with each other
Mm.
physically.
Yeah.
And I was trying to take pictures of the sun, and all I could see was these dark strands. Didn't matter how many times I tried, but I'll send you the link because I did write about it. I wonder, Francis, if Europe has a lot to answer for. It's the old royal bloodlines that cause the problems, and I wonder if we're right in the heart of the old establishment crumbling, and that's why it feels so dense and heavy.
It's so weird because it felt like what you just said now, you're reading my mind. Because I was gonna butt in and stop you from what you was going to say, but you just said every single word that I was gonna tell you as well. And I'm just gonna add as well that in 2012, whereas I felt a sort of a deluge of peace coming into America. Just now the thought comes to me that it might have been the sign for the change with their 2016 election, and you know what happened in that election when Hillary
Yes,
Clinton surprisingly lost. And now that thought comes to me just now as well. And as to the UK's uh heavy and dense energy, I think you are right. There is really a I consider Europe and the UK as a magical place with, with all this, you know, witches, shamans, the Harry Potter kind of thing, what have
yes,
you, uh, being, being so thriving, but somehow a dark cloud came in, and I felt like there is a fight going on in spiritual realm, which has, I suppose, started maybe 2010 or some sort, because I felt like that's when the energy has changed, and I don't know what it is now because I've been away, but I felt like somehow I know that the light is going to win.
yes. I absolutely agree. 2009, I had some healing from a friend, and that's when I got involved in the light worker stuff and all that kind. But there was a huge lift. There was almost euphoria,
Mm.
and then it was as though by 2011 we were coming across things that we still hadn't cleared,
Yes.
personally and collectively. living through that, but I think we are very close. And the reason I think we're very close is because our buttons are being pressed.
Yeah, and not only that, I really thought when I said about the chariot, about the feeling of success, about the feeling of, earlier about when I told you that, I should be mourning and all that, but I feel a different kind of gush of feeling, and then you read it in your chariot card, and I felt like I know that it's not mainly for me personally alone. I know it has something to do with everything that I do, including the my focus on the peace. That's why I started to have all those peace awards, different kind of peace awards, because that's what my focus is, and I felt like it has something to do with that as well. Not only in my personal, not only in a personal, matter.
Mm. When I look at you in the US, I feel as though there's more space between people, as though its original inhabitants and their ancestors are clearing. They're standing their ground again.
Oh yes, as a very up description. That's what's happening here now. There is, I mean, not only in the UK. This is also a big conflict here now with. I call them. It's not necessarily the Democrats or Republican. It has nothing to do with that. It's the dark and the light basically
Yeah,
fighting.
yeah. And a lot of people believe that Native Americans are originally Palladians.
Oh really? Have I heard that before? I'm not sure.
It's it makes sense if you think about it because so many people have a Native American spirit guide,
Yeah.
which would make sense if that. I have journeyed back to the Pleiades
Wow.
in visualizations. It's worth. Do you know where I get the most profound visualizations, apart from the Stone Circle in Avebury, is London. And so many people hate London, but the energy lifts me.
You read my mind again. I was gonna butt you in there to say that my if I may use the term great awakening, basically there was, in the spiritual realm, we probably are having an initiation of some sort, but that initiation I felt like, at least maybe the first stage of it, if there's stages of it, was very very successful, because there was one day, for some reason, magically, I felt like my whole aura has completely, synchronized in each other, and I was walking on the street of London. This is, of course, prior to the, I've been doing meditation, I've been doing self healing, I've been doing all the incense, uh, on the sage, clearing up and what have you, and the stones, blah blah blah. But there was one day, suddenly, sort of a culmination of it all, wherein it connects, and then I was walking in the street, and I felt like I don't know how to explain that, but there's a complete peace, and I've been
Yeah,
so attractive, really really attractive, that all the people that comes to me, they just look at me and smile, and I was gonna they smile at me, and they just wondering like what kind of person is this, that kind of look they're giving me, but at the same time, like a happy look. And then I was gonna meet with a friend at that time, with a roommate, and we sat on a coffee table, and we had a coffee, obviously, and chat, we had a chat, and she told me that it's weird because I don't know what exactly the term that she used, but what she's saying is, you are so different today. She said that I felt complete peace behind sitting here next to you. I felt complete love sitting here next to you. There's just something weird about you, basically. That's what she's saying.
absolutely.
But that was the combination of it, and that moment, I felt like a culmination or just a graduation of some sort from all the things that I've done in terms of, I don't know if you maybe can call that light worker work or what have you, or in the station, but that has never happened again. That was the one
It's,
off.
it's like Jim Carrey says, you have it right there,
Yes.
and then it's gone.
Exactly.
But you felt it, you've experienced it.
I've experienced it. It's a beauty. I'm telling you, it's just beautiful, magical. I don't know. Just so beautiful. That day was just perfect in every sense.
Mm.
It never happened again. The sensation, the feeling, the people that you met on the street, that passed through you, they just look at you in a wondering way and thinking, what is this kind of person? That kind of reading in their face.
I once had an experience, I did a house party, and it involved a certain amount of clearing negative energy. So when I do that, I call in every assistance that I can, which means I feel completely illuminated. And I got the bus back into the city centre, and it was really weird. It felt as though a higher being had stepped in and
Yes.
was looking at the world through my eyes.
Yes.
But I was hearing, oh, look at that. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
As though I was seeing it for the first time. It was really strange.
Yeah, and that thing happened to me in London. So that's why I agree with you when you said about there's something about London.
Yeah, yeah. I used to create portals down there. I used to get a message and I would just sit cross-legged in the middle of the floor and
Oh
create a
wow.
portal that I was being told will be used at a later date.
Yeah.
But I could talk to you for hours, Francis. The strangest experience I've ever had was we took a shaman with us to do a few of the stone circles.
Hmm.
And it was, every one of them has a different energy. But we went to Avebury and we did a meditation. He guided us through meditation at one of the stones. And I got really, really emotional. I was sobbing by the time, because it was like a John Constable scene. I was travelling back through time, and it was all peaceful, and then I saw just absolute carnage. It was as though the place was attacked, and this went on and on and on. And just before I came back to reality, I heard there is as much information in every grain of us as there is in your biggest libraries, and we are so sad that you don't access it.
Wow, that's very profound. How do we
Um,
access that?
I don't know. I don't know.
That sounds that sounds like power to me. If
It does, but I think each of us has a certain piece of the jigsaw.
yes,
I'm
yes.
actually trying to store things. Is your memory suffering at the moment?
In what sense? What do you mean?
It happens in different ways, but there are times when I have to write a shopping list. I'll think about something and then it's gone.
Oh yeah, yes, is the answer. Yes, is the answer. It does
But there
come.
are also times when I walk into the kitchen and I can't remember why I went there. It's as though you've been taken out of that
Yes,
time.
yes. It does happen. Quite. In fact, it's happening more often.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it's only happening since sort of in the last year or two, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's
I,
the
I think
lapses in time.
I think I think it's to do with timelines converging, and I
Yeah.
think we often skip from one dimension to another. But I think the memory thing is because we're processing so much,
Yes.
and I think we have difficulty stepping back into this reality sometimes.
Yeah.
That shaman told me, I don't know if you've ever done this. He said, I don't know how it works. I said, I've never experienced anything like that before. He said, because this time, Rosa, you asked. And because you asked, you were told.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know how it works, and it sounds mental, but if you go to a tree and you give an offering of either a pinch of tobacco or a piece of apple, and you put it in the branches of the tree somewhere, and ask your question, it takes a bit longer, but you will get an answer. And it does work, but I would say it's like comparing the I Ching to the tarot. The answers are more cryptic, but you get them.
I'm gonna try that. I think that's a beautiful thing to do.
Yes.
So an apple offering to a tree, any tree.
Yeah, piece of apple or a pinch of tobacco.
Tobacco is different from cigarette, or cigarette is okay?
He didn't say. I just get the feeling that hand rolling tobacco is probably
Okay,
closer to the natural thing and hasn't been interfered with so much.
okay.
I wouldn't want to insult the tree.
Well, I like the idea of hand rolling tree though. I mean, a hand rolling tobacco to be offered to a tree. I
Yeah.
think that's a beautiful thing to do.
Well, I'd love to sit and talk to you all day, but you have to check out, don't you?
Yes, I will. I was gonna say that as well. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I feel so light now. I feel so light. I feel so healed. Thank you so much.
That's good. You're very welcome. And it's been lovely to actually speak to you in person.
And you. All right.
We'll have to chat again.
Yeah. Bye bye for now.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm also going to send you a link
Okay.
to a website I go on because I like this guy. You were asking for nominations. That was a great honour you paid me, Francis. Thank you so much. But this guy, I think, deserves a nomination.
Okay.
So, but I forgot to nominate, so I'll send the link to you so you can see.
Okay. So that will be for next year.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much. I will wait for the link. And also, I'm thinking in my head if I can sort of put some of our video, probably not all of it, because it wasn't recorded in one. It's like I have to keep pressing it because it's just recording for 2 or 5 minutes or what have you. If I can post one of them on my profile to just to say to introduce you and maybe to, I don't know if maybe some of my friends will be interested in having a session with you by
That
using
would be
my.
lovely.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye bye for now.
Okay.
Thank
Lots
you.
of love.
Yeah, sending lots of love to you as well. Bye bye.